Hi my friends, it's Kari. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to card number 5 in my holiday card week for 2018. And today we're going to play with some quirky trees. This stamp set is from Avery Elle and it is called Quirky Trees. And I absolutely love this stamp set. This is kind of the stamp set that's really up my alley. So I wanted to kind of end this series with lots of rainbow color. So we're going to start off with a piece of white cardstock that I have gone ahead and die cut down with a Avery Elle frame. It's actually called Finished Frames, but unfortunately, I don't know if they discontinued this die set, but it is called Finished Frames, but I could not find it online to link it for you. So I apologize for that. But we're going to actually use all 5 of the trees in this stamp set, and we're going to do in rainbow colors. And I'm going to be using my Memento Luxe pigment inks for this, and I've actually, because of doing this card, it actually made me fall in love again with these inks. I haven't used these inks in quite some time. I've had them for a little bit of time, for a couple of years, and I don't usually use pigment inks other than the VersaFine Onyx Black ink. That's a pigment ink. I don't usually use straight pigment inks all that much because of the drying time that it takes. Because I'm a card maker that just likes to keep things moving. But I felt like that this really called for these pigment inks. So that's what I use today. And all of the colors that I will be showing you the lids of. And of course I will have all of the colors that I used listed and linked below in the description bar area for where the supplies are. But I wanted to do something a little bit different, kind of off the norm here for me and for Christmas. But I just love rainbow colors for Christmas because it is supposed to be a happy time. And so rainbows are, to me, represent happy. So that's why I chose these colors. And I really do think it adds just a lot of pop of color to a relatively simple card. So I'm going to show you kind of like me stamping down all of these trees. And then after I stamp down my sentiment, you could definitely leave it the way it is, kind of leave a lot of white space if you wanted to, and I could definitely I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. Doing a really simple, especially if you wanted to do multiples of this card. In fact, I'm thinking about making multiples of this card for my coworkers this year because it is so quick and easy to do. So so now I'm going to stamp down my sentiment here. This is coming from the Very Merry Sentiments from Concord 9th. I've used this stamp set several times throughout this series, and I wanted to use as many sentiments as I possibly could throughout this series because it is such a large sentiment stamp set, and I just love all of the different fonts and everything in this set. So this is definitely one of the ones I wanted to use, and so I thought it fit pretty well with the colorful trees. So I'm going to stamp this down with the VersaFine Onyx Black ink. And like I said, right here, you could just leave it as is. You can call it a day. But I wanted to actually use the little snowflake images in this set. So I'm going to use the Distress Oxide ink and Tumbled Glass. This is one of my favorite colors of Distress inks overall. And this really is a beautiful light blue color. And it really lends itself to be a great color for snowflakes like this, especially on a white card base. So I'm going to stamp this little image cluster here down several times all over this background. And whenever you're stamping snow, just a tip here, if you're new to card making, make sure that you're going to be stamping kind of over the trees too, because it makes it look like obviously there's snowing, and the snow obviously is going to be stamping. It's going to be snowing over the trees. So you want that image to look like it is actually snowing. So kind of a tip there. So you can kind of see I went over the trees just a little bit there. And so now what I'm going to do is there's a couple of different other just individual snowflake images. So I thought it would be fun to take all of the colors that I used for my trees, and I'm going to stamp each of these little snowflake images in each of those colors just to add a little bit of the color toward the top of the card too, and incorporate that and make it just a little bit different and incorporate it all throughout the card. So I did use all 5 of the colors, and there was several different types of snowflakes in this little stamp set. I didn't use all of them, but I didn't need to really because obviously there's just 5 trees. But I did use all of the inks And so I am going to kind of randomly stamp these little images. I wanted to kind of disperse them all over the card as best as I could, but not keep the colors. I didn't want the colors too close together to their color. You know what I mean? The snowflakes, I wanted to kind of disperse the color evenly throughout the card, even with the snowflakes. So once I have that, all the stamping is relatively done. It is done. But now I'm going to put together my card. So I've cut down a piece of black cardstock to make it a very slight edge, a white border all the way around of my card base here. So you can, once I get this piece down, you'll see a white border all the way around. And then I'm going to add my main piece on top of that. And I really do like to add the black because it really does incorporate that sentiment that I used, the black ink that I used, and it really makes it help pop and bring it all together. So now once I have that, I'm going to add a little bit of just extra sparkle to this card. And one of my favorites of Stickles is the Stardust Stickles. This, you can kind of see there on the camera, it just sparkles and shines. It's so beautiful. I love Stickles. It's like the OG, I guess if you will, of before Nouveau drops came along. And so I do have, this is basically, I had a whole bunch of different colors of Stickles. And then several years ago, I did declutter all of my Stickles except for this one. Since then, I have I've gotten back a couple of the different colors that I got rid of. But for the most part, I have gone back and over again using the Stardust Stickles. So I'm definitely going to cover up all the snowflakes and then randomly add little dots of the glue here all over the background, even on the trees where the snow hit. So that completes my card today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this series so much. I will be back soon with another video. Thank you all so much for watching my channel, and I will see you in the next one.